Hello, hello, hello. It is Cassandra Terry, your manifesting miracle maker, and I am finally back live again, guys. I have missed being live so much, but my work schedule has been nuts. It's still nuts. I actually stepped away from a meeting and silenced it in the background on my other laptop so I could spend a few minutes with you guys today, just talking about transformation. The last time I went live, which was over a week ago, I was so energized afterwards. I felt better. I felt like my mood was lighter. So this is a big part of my day, my existence. Good morning, Sonia. It's a big part of kind of my well-being. So I realized just how much I missed it when I went live the last time and realized the effect that it had on me to get back in the groove of things. Good morning, Kim. You are very welcome. And hey, Jackie. Jackie, I was on your live last night. It was amazing. I've got some travel coming up and a big anniversary next year. Me and my husband will be married 24 years next October. And I want to do a big family trip. So I was thinking I'd reach out to you and see if you had any ideas, something tropical that we can plan several months in advance so lots of people would be able to go. So I'm going to reach out and see if you have any ideas. Well, look at there. Yassi, good to see you, child of mine. Welcome. Emmanuel, welcome. Olivier, good morning. Or where are you, Olivier? Is it morning where you are? I don't think so. Welcome, you guys on TikTok. We're about to get started. Um, all right, thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. I will reach out. Welcome everyone who joined. Today is Tuesday. It's the first time I've been live in a bit. I've been running replays because my work schedule has just gotten out of control, and I didn't want to not have some connection with you guys. I still wanted to be present, so I've ran some of the replays from all the way back to February and March, and I think I'm up to April now. In the year because quite a few of you guys weren't following me back then. So it was an opportunity to share some of the older um, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I'm usually here 5 days a week. And on Mondays, we talk about mindset. And today, Tuesday, we talk about transformation. And I'm just excited to be live and to be able to see your comments and to respond in real time. So let's jump into it. When we talk about transformation, we're not just talking about change, but we're talking about a deep shift in how you show up in the world or how you perform, how you do something. It's bigger than just change. Change is the beginning, but there may be new habits, new activities, new things that you have to do and integrate into how you show up in the world that creates that actual transformation. Because I can, if we use weight loss as a simple example, I can temporarily change my activities and not do a lot of eating, kind of starve myself, have some bad habits for a short period of time to get into that little black dress for a particular event. And then as soon as I go back to my regular eating habits, then the weight would come right back, right? But with transformation, I actually go deeper than that. And I look at how I'm living. How much exercise am I getting? What am I putting into my body? Am I getting the right amount of sleep? Am I getting the right supplements and things into my body? So I actually change my lifestyle and integrate those habits into how I actually behave. It's not a quick fix, it's not a short term thing. It is a new way of being, and it's not easy because every once in a while I may fall back on those old behaviors, but with practice and commitment, eventually I integrate those new things into my being and how I show up, and so they become the new normal. When you shift from the way that you typically did things to that new normal, now you're more into the transformation phase instead of just a change. And I've got you guys that follow often know that I love quotes and I love acrostics. And I've got a new acrostic for you today because we're talking about self discovery. Because our quote is to transform, you must first discover. the true you. That's from M3 with a little bit of help from a lot of research. To transform, you must first discover the true you. So when we talk about discovering the true you, self-discovery, we're talking about going inward. You have to go inward and look at who you really are today. You have to get some clarity. Where are you today? Where is it that you would like to be? Why do I care? Why do I want to make this change? What makes it really important to me? Because that why is what'll keep you going when you don't actually feel like doing it anymore, when you're having one of those days where you'd rather just get back to your old habits. Your why needs to be big enough that it can push you through the difficulties that come up when you're trying to make a real change in your life. That why is important. It'll keep you moving when everything in you is wanting to go back to that default behavior. So I've got an acrostic for you today, and it's the word discover because we're talking about self discovery. And the first three letters, DIS, stand for delve into self. Go inward. Get to know you. Get real clear and real honest about yourself and who it is that you really are and who you really desire to be. What's the change that I want to make and why? What am I willing to give up in order to have that change? I've talked to you guys about opportunity cost before. You typically only see that like in business school when they're talking about when you're going through not accounting but some of the, I can't even remember right now the courses that I took, but when you take economics, but when you take an economics course, you learn about opportunity cost. And so we know when we buy something that there is a fee associated with it, right? So you're going to pay $100 for this item that you really want, or to take this, let's do a class. You're going to pay $100 and you're going to take this class to work on a skill that's really important to you. So you're really clear that the $100 is the cost. That's the easy cost. That's the obvious cost. The opportunity cost are the things that you're going to give up in order to go to that class, in order to do the studying, in order to really get the learning that you desire, right? So if I'm in class, that means I can't be anywhere else. So any of the other invitations, any other the other things that I would typically do during that time, those things are not available to me right now because I've committed to that class. That's an opportunity cost. Maybe I'm sitting down to dinner typically at this time with my family, and I can't do that because I have to be in class. That's an opportunity cost. The opportunity is everything that you say no to in order to really commit and honor the yes that you've given to something. Because when we say yes to something for a point in time, we're really saying no to everything else because we can't be in more than one place at once. And we really can't do a really good job if we're trying to do more than one thing at once. So that ability to hone in and to commit and give your time, your effort, your energy to the task at hand means that all the other things that are going on around you lose your attention for a period of time. That's the opportunity cost. So if you think through that in the beginning, and you, when you're making your commitments, you think about what you're willing to give up. I know for this period of time, I'm going to miss my kids' ex. Me and my husband have talked about it. He's going to show up and cheer them on. And everybody in the family understands that for these 3 weeks, I'm going to be unavailable from this time to this time. Then you get everybody in your inner circle, in your household, your support system on board, and everybody's aware where that time is being spent and how they're going to support you in that. So you're bringing in your support system. You've got people to hold you accountable. You're clear about what it is you're going to be doing, and you know that you're going to say no to these other things. And so now you've got a good, clear vision of what it is you're trying to accomplish, what it is you're willing to do to make that happen, and where things are going. So, the opportunity cost, I think, is one of the things that we miss. We don't really plan for that. And then when those things start to crop up and the other opportunities show up for your time to be spent or your focus to be given to other things, you get frustrated and you get torn. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about this. I really want to do that. I really would like to show up and support this person. And so now, instead of you being able to focus and feel good about the commitment that you've made, you're torn. So understand going in that making the commitment means you're going to say no to some other things. Get some clarity about that so that you've already worked through the emotions of it and you're prepared to stay committed and focused on what it is that you're trying to do for you for that period of time. It's not forever. If you're taking a class or you're making a shift in some way, the opportunity cost is not forever spend. It'll come back around, but I'm just saying get that clarity up front so when it jumps up, it does not give you a it doesn't throw you off. It doesn't give you that conflict and make it hard for you to stay committed. Have a good day. I know I haven't been on here in a while as well. It's been a bit. My I was saying at the front of it that my work schedule has been so nuts that I haven't been able to go live. And on the other platforms, I've been able to post replays of some of the earlier lives I did before quite a few of you guys started to follow. But on TikTok and Instagram, I haven't done that. So it has been a while. So welcome back. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you. All right. So DIS, delve into self. That is the beginning of discovery, self awareness. The more you know about you, the more you understand. And how about your triggers? How about your patterns? Have you spent much time looking at that? If you look at your history, good morning, Aaron, you can learn so much about yourself in a really short period of time. I know that when I'm faced with this, I respond that way. I know when these things happen, I have a tendency to get really upset, and here's how I respond. When you can learn those things about yourself and gain that clarity, that is another opportunity for you to really know you and to manage those things when they come up because we all have patterns, but patterns can be changed. Patterns can be changed. Default behaviors can evolve. But before that happens, we have to be aware of them, right? So you want to spend a little time looking. I said a long time ago, there's something about me. When I get started, I can go, 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 go. But as soon as something breaks my schedule and I have a day or two where it's broken and I'm not a part of my routine, it's really difficult for me to get back into that routine. And before you know it, a whole bunch of time has passed and I haven't gone to the gym or I haven't been live or I haven't whatever the case may be because my normal was disrupted. And for whatever reason, that's just kind of how I've always been, but I know that now. So because I'm aware of it, I can manage that much better. I can say, okay, we're back at our normal place. I know you're frustrated because your schedule was broken, but the sooner you get back to it, the sooner that frustration's gone. And I talk to myself, okay, I like being live every day. I like connecting every day, but my work schedule won't let me. So what can I do? And it actually started with having to go and be with my daughter when she had surgery. And so ever since then, and that's been about a month, it's been hit or miss when I could actually be live, really seeing your comments as they go. And I was getting frustrated about that. And I felt bad. It's like, now wait a minute, mama, you have a responsibility to go and help your daughter. You want to do that. So where's the frustration coming from? I didn't know how I was going to still maintain my presence and do what it was I needed to do for my daughter. And so because I started thinking about the solution and not being so focused on the problem, an answer came to me. And I use StreamYard every day. So the folks who are seeing me on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube, I'm actually not physically on those social media sites right now. I'm on YouTube on StreamYard, and it's connected to all of those, and it's broadcasting me at all on all three of them at once. Good morning, Clara. I love you. And so all of them are seeing me, and I realize that those are recorded every day. So, what's the solution? I can go back to the older recordings, especially the ones that I think had some really good tidbits in them, and I can replay those. So, it didn't fix the issue of my inability to be live, but it did give me a short term solution. Now I know when I can't be, I can still be connected. I've got over 50 hours of recordings that I hadn't even thought about. They were just sitting there, I was doing nothing with them. So, I got to a solution. And that's what mindset can do for you when you focus on the issue at hand and how to solve it versus getting really frustrated by the problem itself. You can be more solution oriented and you get more creative, and ideas will come to you about how to change things instead of just being bogged down with the emotions of what is. And so it was a compromise, and now it's a compromise that's an easy one for me to make. When when I can't be here, I still have an opportunity to be here in a recorded version of me, at least. And then I come back as soon as I get a break and I respond to all the comments from the replay. I tag it in big letters that it's a replay, so people are aware that I'm not live. Most people miss that anyway, and they think I'm there. And so we've had some funny comments about that. But yeah, it was a solution. And we all have the ability to do that. We just need to shift our thinking just a little bit. Yes, the problem is there. Yes, I wish things were different. And then you have to park that somewhere and go, but what can I do about it? What can I do differently? How can I make this work? What's the best solution that I've got within reach to keep things moving? And that's what delving into yourself and focusing on solution versus focusing on the problem, it will get you there. It will get you into a much more creative problem solving space. So that's what the DIS is: delve into self. And then the CO, because we're using, for those of you who just joined, we're using the word discover as an acrostic to talk about transformation. And our quote for the day is: to transform, you must first discover the true you. And the DIS that we were talking about while you guys were, some of you were just joining, is delve into self, that self awareness. And then after that, it's cultivate opportunity. Cultivate opportunity. When you cultivate something, there's some energy there, there's some action, you're doing something. You're not just sitting waiting for something to happen. And that's what I had to do. The example of finding those 50 hours worth of recordings and using those to fill in the gaps when life gets in the way and I can't be here is a that was an opportunity that I found to fill the need that I had. And we all have that. So cultivate opportunity. Where are you having struggle? What can you do about it? Move from the struggle and the heaviness of the struggle itself into the what can I do about it? What options do I have? What opportunities are there to make this better? And so that's what we mean by the CO. The V is to visualize. Sometimes we just have to stop, slow down, and just be. Allow yourself to relax and just be. And sometimes, just in that, the mind opens up, the energy starts to flow, and those solutions will start to come to you as well. And then you start to ask yourself, in an ideal world, if I had no constraints and I could make this situation be exactly how I wanted it to be, what would that look like? Start to visualize that. Start to visualize what the ideal solution would be. And even if you can't immediately get to that, you start moving in that direction. The ideas will start to come because this visualization that you have is now again focusing you away from the issue at hand, but getting you to being more solution oriented. What did Teresa say? The power of be. I love that. Just allow yourself to be and to let things come to you. Sometimes we work so hard that we work ourselves right out of a solution, and we just work ourselves right into more frustration. Sometimes the best thing we can do is nothing for a moment. Just take a break and relax in your own body, in your own skin, and just see what comes to you. Now, I've got a small garden outside. It's struggling because it's over 100 degrees every day in Austin right now. But I can just go outside and be in that space for a little bit and think about something else, allow myself to just be. And I'm always surprised at the things that come to me. That's when I feel like I'm the most brilliant. Or when I'm just waking up or just drifting off to sleep. I haven't gotten distracted by all the stuff of the day. I haven't gotten so busy that don't allow myself to think. So just in that quiet space, in that state of being, new things, new ideas, new possibilities will open up to you. So that's the V. Visualize. Ask yourself, if I could create the perfect situation here, what would it look like? And allow yourself to see that, to feel that, to mentally and emotionally experience it. And then that will open up the creative juices and start to get you the clarity. Yes, clarity, Ronnie. Start to get you the clarity so that you can start moving towards your desired outcome instead of being stuck in the issue itself. All right. So that's the V, is to visualize. The E is to evolve. Evolve. And I talked about at the beginning, transformation. You integrate these new habits into your existence. As you do that, that's an evolution in itself. As you visualize and you expand your mind and you think about the different ways that you may solve this problem, that's an evolution. You're evolving your creativity, you're evolving your activities. We evolve regularly, but we have more control over that evolution than we typically take. Sometimes we're evolving just because things around us are changing and we're just reacting to those changes. I say that if you're aware of self and that you really have control over your inner, you've done that inner work and you've got the control over your inner being, you move from a state of reacting to everything and you get to the point of being able to respond. When you respond, you are in control. When you respond, you have put some thought, so the brain and the heart are aligned and they're working together. When we react, it's typically just the emotions. And some when we're acting out of our emotions, a lot of times we don't show up as our best self. We're more out of control, and we're just reacting, reacting, reacting. When we can take a breath, again, get into that state of being, then we find ourselves responding and being more in control, and getting faster and more efficiently towards the things that we desire. We have better relationships because we think before we speak, and we respond instead of reacting. So we're cultivating and protecting our relationships. We're cultivating and we're protecting our own boundaries and ourselves. And so getting to that place of evolution. Somebody, let me move my note because you guys are really responding. Nadaje, I bet I'm saying your name incorrectly, but good day. We evolve through the obstacles and the setbacks. They are catalysts of growth. Every time something did not work the way you intended, every time you hit an obstacle or some sort of a hurdle in your life, just the mere fact of working through it does cause you to grow. And growth is evolution. So you're absolutely right. We evolve through the obstacles and the setbacks. They are catalysts of growth. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Years and years and years ago, probably well over, probably close to 20 years ago, I was reading this book as a part of a Bible study, and it was something like hind legs or hind feet for high places. And on the cover is a deer, and it's at the base of a mountain, I believe. And it's talking about how that deer has to, take step after step after step to climb that mountain. And what happens as you're climbing your mountains is your hind legs are getting stronger. You're finding strength and you're using muscles and capabilities that you didn't know you have. They're in there, but they haven't been utilized. So when you're climbing, you're activating those muscles and you're getting stronger and stronger. Now, metaphorically, that fits to our entire lives. If you think of every obstacle that's ever come your way as your mountain and you've climbed it, you're stronger as a result of that climb. You have flexed and exercised muscles that you would not have otherwise used. You've built up resilience, you've built up strength. Hopefully, you've built up internal confidence because, and I said this last night in one of the audio rooms on LinkedIn. Again, it's a good morning, TC, or good evening for you. It's a opportunity when every time we hit an obstacle, or if we would look back at all the things that we've overcome, we've succeeded more than we failed. But for whatever reason, it's the failures that really stick in our head, and they change our behavior and they cause us to not believe in ourselves. But if we would just take a moment and think about all the things that we've overcome, imagine how prepared we would be for the next mountain, the next obstacle. You've already scaled so many obstacles. So, but you've got to realize that you started at the base of that mountain. Not only did you get to the top, but you were able to find your way back down and have a smooth period. You were in a valley, things were smooth and plush and green for a while. And then you hit another mountain. You climbed that one. But all we remember, we put all of our thoughts into being at the base of that mountain and how insignificant we may have felt, how incapable we may have felt at the base, but we never put any thought and allow ourselves to celebrate the fact that we scaled that dang thing. We got up and over it and we did it. And when the next obstacle comes up, you just have to remind yourself, I've scaled every mountain that has come my way since the day I was born. I've gotten through them all. And this is just another mountain. I know I can get through it because I've done it before. But instead, we just remember how hard something was and we forget that we actually are able. Not only are you capable of doing hard things, but you've done them over and over and over again. You just have to remember that and see the power in who it is that you really are. Because you've got it. You are a powerful being. You've accomplished so many things, but you don't give yourself enough credit for that. So just remember that the next time you're at the base of that mountain, it's just another obstacle, no different than all the ones you've scaled before. You will get through this one as well. And on the other side of it, you're stronger, more resilient than you were before you started the journey. So that's the visualize, evolve, and then reflect. That's literally what I was just talking about. The R in discover stands for reflect. You want to reflect on the current experience and take the lessons from that, because you're going to integrate some new behaviors into your being. You're going to figure out that some of the things that you tried were not the right thing to do, and you throw those out, and you're going to put that in your brag box as well. We all should have a brag list. Here are the things that I've accomplished in my life. Here are the obstacles that thought they would hold me down, but look at me on the other side. And you refer to that, a mental list, a written list, a vision board, however it is that you need to remind yourself of all the things that you're capable of through evidence, because our minds don't work from evidence, they work from emotions. And so we have to bring the evidence in and remind ourselves of just what all we've been through and how we have actually gotten through it. We didn't get stuck in it, at least not permanently. We made our way through. And even if you're not excited about the fact that you had to, stuff happens. Life keeps lifing, and we have to deal with things that we'd rather not. We lose people that we love, we lose our jobs. Sometimes, stuff, real hard stuff happens. I was on a room yesterday, and quite a few people were celebrating the homegoing or the passing of really significant people in their lives, and they were feeling some heaviness. They were missing their loved one, but they also were able to share. One guy shares a beautiful poem, Jason, about his dad and the what his dad did for him. How his dad's existence affected his life and what all he taught him. So he celebrates his dad on a regular basis that way. There are things that come out of every difficult situation that we just have to remind ourselves of, that they exist. It wasn't just a bad time for the sake of a bad time. You've gotten something for it. You just have to find it. So today's quote was, to transform, you must first discover the true you. And then we use the acrostic discover. Delve into self, cultivate opportunities, visualize, evolve, and reflect. So self discovery involves some real deep looking, delving into yourself. You have to do that inner work, cultivate those opportunities, use visualization to open up the creativity and allow yourself to dream and see what could be. And then you evolve and you reflect. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. It has been a while. And I'm glad to be back. I haven't looked at my schedule for tomorrow. I believe I'm going to be able to be live again tomorrow, and then Thursday will be a replay because me and my husband are big Dallas Cowboy fans. Watch it, watch it, watch it. I'm serious about my Cowboys. And we travel with a group of friends every year to a different away stadium to cheer them on. And this is like year 13 or 14. We've been doing it for a long time. And this year we're going to we leave Thursday morning for New York, and we're going to go see them play the Giants on Sunday. So I am looking forward to a little downtime and fun time with my husband and family and friends from college. So Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll be on that trip. So those days will definitely be replays. And then hopefully next Wednesday, I'll be back live again. So that's kind of what the upcoming schedule looks like. I see quite a few folks have joined that I hadn't had a chance to acknowledge. Ronnie, welcome. Is that Minister Rokia? Or I think digital marketer, good morning. Brian, thanks for joining. Emmanuel, I think I said hello to you. Linda, always good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Let's see. Hey, Deborah, good to see you there. Oh, you're on YouTube today. A lot of times I think I see you on Instagram. Let's see. Ruth, hello. Nice to see you. Platine, hello. Someone shows up as LinkedIn user, so until I actually get on LinkedIn, I can't see who you are, but it says good morning, Cassandra and friends, and there's a sunflower. So you can drop your name there if you're the one with the sunflower, so I can say hello to you. And then let's see. Yes, you did. You switched it up on me, Deborah. Linda. Hi, Linda. It's always good to see you. Thank you for showing up. There's quite a few folks on, let's see, which, oh, okay. Clara said, what is this trying to teach me versus why is this happening? What is this trying to teach me? So I just wanted to run back on that comment really quickly before we shut down because I saw it when it flew by, but I was kind of in the flow. Um, and it's really a powerful way to shift your mindset when you're dealing with one of life's difficulties. And what she said is focusing on what is this trying to teach me instead of why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me is a normal human response. And when you and if that happens, that's okay, but you want to move past that as quickly as possible because most people just say why not you and whatever. But I think a different way to look at that is exactly what she just said. What is this trying to teach me instead of why is this happening? Because there's a lesson for us, there's a nugget, there's something that we need to learn in every experience, and when we get to the other side of that experience, we will be much stronger than before we started. So I just wanted to rewind back to that comment and make sure that I did not miss it. Therese, you are welcome. Thank you for joining. She said, thanks for great morning flow. Thank you to each one of you guys. Have a good day. It was great to see you again. I'm so glad you found me, and hopefully, we'll continue to connect. And I wish you all the best that this Transformation Tuesday has to offer. Guys, like, comment, and share. I am growing the community on all of the social media sites. So I appreciate you for being here and help me get the word out. Let other folks know what's going on. The more of you that are following, the more I can share the resources and everything with you. Veronica, yes, I am looking forward to that R&R. Thank you so much. You have a great day as well, Therese. And I will see you guys. If you see this after the live, hashtag replay, leave your comments and I will come back and respond to those just as quickly as possible. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate you.